Illinois' controversial Safety Act is just weeks away from becoming the law of the land. After pushback from judges and attorneys, state lawmakers have amended parts of the Safety Act, including expanding the list of offenses for when a suspect can be denied bond. So now we're on to this morning's state representative. LaShawn Ford has been kind enough to return on Good Day Chicago to talk about the changes. Let's get right into this, LaShawn. Over the past few weeks, we've had opponents of the Safety Act. We've had supporters, including yourself. And you admitted last time we spoke that you weren't exactly comfortable with how police would handle a trespasser under the new law. Are you satisfied with the changes?
Hey, Scott and Nita, I'm satisfied. Thank you for having me back so that people know that the Democrats did exactly what we said we would do. We would fix the Safety Act to make it better and clarify the language so that law enforcement will have the ability to make arrests in situations that's necessary. And guess what? You know, the sky hasn't fallen out. And I believe that because of the Safety Act, that criminals and hardened criminals will be maintained in jail, and people that need help with substance use disorders will get that help now.
I like your positive attitude, LaShawn. The sky hasn't fallen out yet. There are people who are keeping a very close eye on what's going to happen after January 1st. But I want to talk about the new version because this allows people who were jailed before January 1st to petition for their release without posting bond. And now you were concerned that the criminal justice system is going to get overrun with these requests for release. Or are you concerned, I should say?
You know, the working with advocates and the judges and everyone, there was a tweak to the law that states that, you know, anyone that's charged with a crime January 1 will fall under the new law. Anyone that's in jail now will have to apply to be released without the bail process. And so, no, we don't have to worry about an influx of people leaving jail. Everyone will have to go before judge. So there has been some tweaks made, and guess what? There were people, and everyone was saying throw out the Safety Act. Now people are saying this is great. We're going to drop our lawsuits, and we're going to continue to do what we can to make Illinois safer.
This is the first we're hearing, at least I am, about lawsuits being dropped. I do want to ask you about some of the criticism when it comes to when a prosecutor would show that an individual is a threat to either the public or to themselves. Does this newer version, this amended version of the Safety Act, address those concerns?
Absolutely. We clarify clear and present danger. And the prosecutor has to prove that a person is a threat to themselves or to a particular person. And now we have prosecutors across the county that understands that what we've done now clarifies the language, and it gives them a better opportunity now to keep the dangerous people locked up. Taxpayers will benefit from the Safety Act, because we're not going to have people locked up in county jails any longer that should not be there on the taxpayers' dime.
You know, LaShawn, another concern for people was that these defendants who are on electronic monitoring, that they need to be in violation for at least 48 hours before being charged with felony escape. Has that changed?
Yeah, so the prosecutors and the judges and advocates came together to make sure that the sheriffs have the ability to get this warrant when a person is considered a flight risk or have violated their electronic monitoring sentence. So yes, now Cook County sheriffs and county sheriffs across the state can go after people that we believe are actually violating their electronic monitoring agreement.
Okay. LaShawn Ford, thank you so much for coming on. You're one of our state reps, part of the Black Caucus, and you were instrumental in making this happen. We appreciate your time this morning.
Yeah, and to be honest, a lot of state lawmakers haven't wanted to talk about the Safety Act. Even the governor, when he signed that amended version, that was done very quietly. So we're very happy to have you join us again a second time to talk about this, LaShawn. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Anytime, Scott and Anita. Happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays to you, too.